Thank you. If I could, two questions. John Radcliffe was sworn in as intelligence director today. Has the president decided what's next for Rick Grinnell in terms of an appointment?
He hasn't, but Rick Grinnell is a very valued member of this administration. He's done extraordinary work at ODNI. He has a great history. We'll see where he goes next, but just know that Rick Grinnell has done an excellent job in that position. I expect that John Radcliffe will as he takes over.
And my second question, if I could, I asked the president last week on Capitol Hill about his involvement with FISA reform. And obviously, FISA is something he cares a lot about, but he told me that he had left it up to the senators to figure out. And, it's still ongoing, this process. The House has to pass the legislation that the Senate passed. The senators tried and failed by just one vote to ban the warrantless collection of Internet records. So I'm wondering if you could describe a little more how the president sees himself as part of this debate and whether he might intervene at some point going forward.
Yeah, it's very personal to the president when it comes to FISA. This is an important tool in the intelligence community. He knows that, but he also knows that it was used and abused and politicized. The fact that you had 29 members of the Obama administration, 29 individuals of the intel community and Obama administration unmasking dozens of times, using these tools that are so much power to spy on an American citizen, to listen to their phone calls, to unmask their names. We have a Fourth Amendment in this country. It protects the rights of Americans, but the rights were not protected when it came to President Trump and his administration and Michael Flynn, whose name was leaked in a criminal fashion to the press. FISA was not used appropriately when a Steele dossier full of lies that was, quote, salacious and unverified, in the words of Jim Comey, was used as the basis to get a FISA warrant and attested to as if it were truthful and a reason to spy on Carter Page. These tools were used and abused. The Fourth Amendment rights of several Americans were violated. A political campaign was spied upon. So any FISA concerns the president has, they're real, they're personal, and they should be considered as we move forward to reauthorize this valuable tool.
Sure. If I could, Rick Grinnell, as one of his last official acts, at the request of Adam Schiff, declassified transcripts of the phone calls between General Michael Flynn and Sergei Kislyak. Would President Trump encourage John Radcliffe to facilitate the release of those transcripts?
I haven't spoken to him on that, but this president has released, not the president rather, but this president has overseen an ODNI that has given the American people a lot of information that I think they're entitled to see. And one of the things the president has asked for is, where are the 302s, the summaries of that interview with Michael Flynn? 302s, so the American people understand, these are summaries when you interview an individual, and it's routine that those 302s are given in short order right after the interview is done. It's when your memory is at its best. But in the case of Michael Flynn, those 302s were lost and, in fact, edited afterwards by corrupt Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. So there's a lot of questions, and this president has encouraged transparency on this issue, and I think it's a great thing.
So in